Okay, we're gonna get this show on the road. So let me tell you guys how things are gonna work. So the first person to get the bells from my hand in the next 5 minutes will get an A. Everyone else fails. You go back to high school. Okay. Okay, so I'm kidding. Well, at least Christine is laughing. That's great. So someone appreciated all the trouble I went through. I'll leave this up because we're independent. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Okay. So I had to commit. I totally ordered this on Amazon. I paid money for this gag, and I did it for my class yesterday. And I felt ridiculous. But as a teacher, you always want to be fair to your students. So you're like, well, I did it for my first class. Now I have to do it for all my classes. So yeah, I got myself stuck into this. Yeah, hopefully some of you found that fun. And obviously, I'm the instructor. If I can embarrass myself on camera, hopefully you guys will be okay with having your cameras on and participating, making it feel a little bit more personal. Classes are online. It's been online for about a year. It's weird for most people, but it doesn't have to be harder. The only thing with online classes is you have to try harder to engage, and that's kind of the trick. It's so easy to zone out. It's not even funny. So have your cameras on. Don't be afraid to participate. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Chime in, unmute yourselves, and ask questions whenever. In general, you can just stop me or put something in the chat. I have the view of the chat here. But yeah, in general, engage, and that'll be a good idea. So for today, we're not going to do anything really in terms of the syllabus. I just wanted to actually go through the syllabus with you and talk about the class, how it's going to be run, get everyone on the same page, make sure we're all on the same mission. And I guess at this point also like to preemptively request your patience and understanding. There are a lot of things that I'll be trying with this class that are experimental. I've never really done them before. I'm not talking about the lecture material, like the math I've done before, right? I mean, like how the class is organized, the things I'm gonna ask you guys to do, your project and presentations. I'm trying to do something different because I find, in my experience, most people if you're not into math or physics or engineering or one of those sciences where it's very quantitative, most people just think of math class as just this class I had to take in college to get my degree. I never use it in my life. And it's kind of like they sit there and waste their time. I don't want that to be you. I don't want that to be this class. I want this class to make you better, smarter, stronger. You can take what you learn in this class and go out in the world and do something with it. And that's what I want. And hopefully you guys will help me to make that happen. But of course, as I mentioned, since a lot of things we'll be doing for the first time, it's not going to be perfect. So I would appreciate some understanding there. All right, let's share my screen. Okay, so hopefully you're seeing that. Let me make sure I can see the chat. Okay, so when we have lectures, I will be lecturing on, this is Microsoft OneNote. So I'll be able to write notes on this, blah, 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 like that. And I will upload a PDF of these notes. I'll tell you guys where to get that pretty soon. But here I just pasted the syllabus in here as pictures. Hopefully this loads. I don't know why it's taking so long to load. Hello. Okay, yeah, so I'm pretty much going to read through the syllabus with you guys, let you give you an idea of what is to come, how things are going to work. And you guys can ask me questions, make comments, let me know your concerns, and we'll call it a day and we'll meet tomorrow. We have class tomorrow, a 3-day. I swear, I mean, it's Tuesday, but I feel like I've had 3 weeks of work already in this 1 week. I was looking forward to like sleeping for 2 days straight, but we have class tomorrow, so that's not going to happen. Okay. All right. Let's actually jump into this. So, I mean, I'll come back here. I just wanted you to see how it's going to look when I'm lecturing. So I'll come back here, but now I think I actually want to share my browser screen with you guys, and that would be pretty good. So now hopefully you're seeing my browser. Trying to move this the video out of the way. Okay, so everyone sees my browser, right? Yeah? Yes, no? Okay, all right, good. So let me actually let me actually paste this in the chat so you guys can go straight to this. So that's my main class website. What is relevant to you is this link right here. So that's Math 1108 under my Spring 2021 classes. I have given you that link to give you. So just so you have the link, you can click this and bookmark it in your browser. But for the most part, you won't have to actually navigate there now because I'm going to show you stuff. So you just watch me do it. Yeah, so this is the class website. This is going to be, hopefully you guys are hearing me correctly. This is the class website. This is going to be your hub, your home. It's online, and unfortunately, I haven't found a single platform that does everything that I want to do on it. So we're going to be using multiple platforms in this class, but they're all pretty much linked on this page. So you can use this as a hub to navigate to different places. Sorry, just making sure. Don't like this view that I have right here. Seems very weird. Okay. Yeah, sorry about that. So this is going to be your hub. So the lectures are being recorded, and I will post the recordings of the lectures at these links. So this is the RO4 section. So I'll be posting the lecture videos here for this section. And included there will be a PDF copy of whatever notes that I do in class. I do recommend that you follow along and take your own notes, but as an extra reference, I'll be uploading the notes for the class there as well. So that's what's mentioned here. And here's a syllabus, which I actually had a printout of, so we'll just go there. And you will notice that the syllabus, a lot of things are hyperlinked, so it's a little bit more convenient. And yeah, this is us right here. So you're a section RO4. We're here 3 days per week, 8:30 to 9:20 a.m. Don't know why that has a space at the 30 anyway. So I'm your instructor, Jhevon. That's my email, jsmith306@fordham.edu. And I know some of you are wondering, is he really the 306th J Smith at Fordham? Yes. These are my office hours. These are times where I'm pretty sure I'll be available to meet with students, but if you need to meet some other time, I also take appointments, so just email me, we'll try to figure out something mutual. Like class, office hours will be over Zoom. When you email me for an appointment, I'll send you the link. That's the main class website. That's my main website and this class's website, which is what I posted in the chat. Our text is going to be Finite Mathematics. By Barnett and Ziegler. It's the 14th edition. You don't need a physical copy of the text. Unfortunately, the math department wants me to have you purchase the online homework platform. So once you do that, you'll also get access to an electronic version of the text. And you can get the physical textbook if you'd like, but it's not necessary at all. Back in the day, the math department would have been in JMH 407. So that's the location if you ever make it back to campus. Okay, so this is the syllabus and we're gonna go through this. Usual disclaimer, I might have to change stuff, but I'm not gonna make any changes that will negatively affect student performance. And I'll of course inform you. Everything is somewhat tentative. Why I gave you the websites. Calculators are required for this course. So we will be doing statistics and probability. And so you will need a calculus that has functions that are useful there, like factorials, combinations, permutations, exponentials, logarithms, that sort of thing. This is the course description, what we'll be covering. This is the usual grade chart, just to give you an idea of what the grades would look like. In general, though, I'll be grading on a curve and I'll incentivize improvement over time. But that's just a basic generic guideline. In terms of how your grade is computed, here are the parts in the class. So we'll have online homework. I'll tell you about how to access that in a bit. We're gonna have 2 tests. They will be online. I'll talk about that. The tests in general are non-cumulative. I'll tell you what they cover and when they'll be pretty soon. You will have a project. It will be a group project. So about 4 to 5 people per group. And you will have to present the project as a group. And this will happen roughly around the second to last week of class. We have a final exam that is cumulative and that will be during finals week. I'll let you know when finals week is. Makeup policy, I only will have makeups for exams. You can't make up anything else because, you know, it's a presentation, everyone has to be there. And as for homework, I do give you a cushion. So if you miss a couple homeworks or you have technological issues, it shouldn't be a problem. So I'm not going to drop any homework. But if you have a very good reason, I will drop a written test. Attendance, I'm going to use your Zoom registration to take attendance. So please show up. In terms of the homework, so for section R04, which is you guys, this is the code you're going to use. And if you click here, you'll actually see instructions. So it'll tell you what, maybe I should click there. So if you click there, you'll go and you'll see instructions. It'll tell you what website to go to, how to register, when to enter the code. I didn't set this up. I think they made a typo here, spring 2020, but the dates are correct. It's the access dates are in 2021. So you can go there, you can log in. Once you have your account set up and you paid for everything, you can actually go here to log into your homework. You can actually log into that directly from the syllabus, but there's also a link on the class webpage. Okay. I didn't set up the all the due dates yet, but I will. Essentially, what's going to happen is there are going to be 2 major due dates. So I'm going to have all the homework for all the topics up to test 1 will be due like the week before test 1. And then the rest of the homework is going to be due the week before test 2. So, however, in general, I would highly recommend that you keep up with the homework as we're going along. So even though a lot of your homework is not going to be due until like the middle of the semester, I wouldn't wait until the middle of the semester to try to cram everything in. As we're covering topics in class, go through the homework and do some problems. Tests will be online through a platform called Gradescope. I believe you guys all got an email about that already. If you didn't, you should probably let me know. Final exam will also be on Gradescope. There'll be 2 tests, non-cumulative. The final exam will be cumulative. The tests themselves will be about an hour-ish long. The final will be about 2 hours-ish long. The dates of the tests, I'll tell you later. The date of the final, I don't really know. Normally, Fordham has the final exam schedule, but since 2020, everything's been like set back. We usually don't find out when the final is going to be for the last couple semesters until a few weeks in. So as soon as I find out, I'll let you guys know. Group project and presentations. So I sent you guys emails about setting up Python and RStudio because one of the experiments that I want to do in this class is get you guys some programming experience. So a lot of you, well, all of you pretty much, I'm pretty sure, you're in the business school. So you're going to take classes where you're going to do Excel and you're going to get sick of Excel. So I'll show you some things in Excel, but it's not going to be the focus. I wanted to give you an experience beyond Excel, something that's more badass than Excel. And I think that will be very useful for you. It's actually one of my regrets in life that I didn't get into programming a lot earlier than I did. So I think exposing you to this would be a really good idea. And so I want you to use these programming languages, Python or R. I probably prefer Python as a personal preference, but I'll expect you to use them, and we'll look at using them throughout the class, so you can get practice the whole time. Show you some stuff in Excel as well. But yeah. And I already sent you instructions on how to actually install Python and all that stuff, where you'll be doing your coding. And hopefully you guys have done that. Maybe I'll actually, I'll check on that a little bit later. Now, some of you are going to be upset about this, but there's still a reason for it. There was a much easier way to accomplish what I asked you to accomplish. But I do think going through the experience of having to install a programming environment on your personal computer is a valuable experience. However, there are online alternatives, and that could have been an option. So you wouldn't have to set anything up. A very good alternative is something called Google Colabs. I don't know if you guys know what that is, but it's linked here. So if you click on that, it's colab.research.google.com. I have some, I'll just click on a random Python document that I was working on. Yeah, so here you can just like create a new notebook and get your script. Where was, I think I clicked on the wrong thing. Computer is slowing down. So let me show you an example. This is some stuff I was working on recently, but I just want you to see what it would look like when you are coding stuff. So here's what coding in Python would look like. And as you can see here, you can type stuff, including math stuff. So you can add a text box to actually write your code. And if you want to explain things or insert a paragraph, you can actually add that. And hello world. And you can type math here, like LaTeX. So you can type stuff, explain your code. You can also comment within the code by using hashtags. But yeah, this is a Python script. You can even save it here. You can share it. And you could do something like this, download your Python file and send it to me as one of the supporting documents to your project. But pretty much what you would have done to create that environment on your computer, the environment is here online. So you could just actually go there and actually use Google's resources. That being said, I still stand by what I asked you to do. I think it's very important to know, to not just take advantage of technology, but sort of have some idea of what's really happening in the background when I'm using a certain technology. Like I'm on this Google website. What did Google had to do in the background to give me the privilege of using this? And it's not that I think everyone needs to be a computer programmer or understand everything, but you need to kind of know something about the things you use in life. You have some awareness of them, because if you want to do something different, you want to do something new, and you want to achieve a goal in life, and you're kind of going to chart a path that no one has ever charted before you. Knowing how the world works means you can chart a smarter path. You'll make better decisions. You'll know how pieces and things fit together, and you'll be able to know, okay, if I do this, this is an external factor that's going to affect me, and blah, blah, blah. So knowing the inner workings of things, I think is very useful, very important. And while in this class, it's not like a real math class, and I'm not going to require you guys to know proofs or arguments or anything like that. Every now and then, if I'm not just going to give you an equation, I'll actually explain to you where the equation comes from. And it's to your benefit that you try to pay attention, even though I'm never going to test you on it. But to try to see where things are coming from and why the formulas are the way they are. I won't spend a huge amount of time on doing that, but I will spend some time actually building up the formulas that we're going to use. But once I do, you should just know the formulas and use them. And in fact, on test, I'll probably allow you to have a formula sheet. But yeah, so if you haven't installed Python on your computer, I would still recommend that you do it and you try. It's not super required, but you will be a better person for it, right? So this is you. This is you after you installed Python, and this is you if you installed it using the command line. But you're okay. It's okay to use the graphical user interface. But yeah, you're going to be doing a project. I'll give you information about that. You're going to be doing it in groups. Then you'll present on Zoom with a panel. I'm also partnering with the business school. So I'm arranging, and I don't know who the individuals are yet, but I'm trying to arrange to have some upperclassmen, maybe MBAs, hopefully act as mentors to each group. So you can get ideas off them. They'll help you with your project, help you with your presentation. And I am also going to get judges for your presentation. So I did mention up here that your presentation is 5% of your grade. I'm not going to give you that 5%. I'm going to have a panel of people watch your presentation, and they'll grade you. I'll give you the average grade of the panelists. So that's the 5%. You don't just have to impress me. You'd have to impress, other people in the business school, pretty much. And there are a lot of competitions and classes and events and activities that you'll have to do in the business school where you'd have to learn to present, and you'd have to do it in a competitive manner. So I think you'd really be ahead of the game. If you haven't done that already, this class will actually set you up to be ahead of the game. You'll be head and shoulders above your peers in that regard. And you'll actually have not just my opinions, but the opinions of people on your track from further up the line. So that's, and like I said, this is all experimental. So just bear with me as I get things set up, and I'll let you guys know. Contact very necessary. I'll be contacting you guys to give you important information. Make sure that you're getting all my contact. So at this point, everyone should have seen an email from Blackboard, an email directly from my personal email address, an email from Jupyter, an email from Gradescope, and I think that's it. So there should have been 4 sources of communication between you and me. And I would recommend that you make sure that you received all of those communications. If you didn't receive any one of those, you should let me know. In general, I'm not going to use Blackboard. I just sent out the announcement there as a precaution to make sure that everyone knew where to go the first day. But you should be able to access your Blackboard. There are resources on Blackboard that could be helpful as well. Feedback. Highly encourage feedback. So we're working together. We're going to work together to make this class as beneficial as possible. So I welcome your feedback. You don't have to worry. It's not going to hurt you by saying you don't like something about my class. As long as you make feedback constructive, it's all good. So don't be like, your teaching sucks. Be like, your teaching sucks because, you know, you do this, you do that. I prefer if you do this. So you can do that. In terms of help, I'm a source of help. You can see me if you need to. I'll be uploading resources on the class website. So if I go back to the class website, I mentioned a warning here. So all the resources below this line are for an old class that I taught, and there have been slight modifications to the syllabus since I taught this class last time. So there are some parts of these resources that you should ignore, and I mentioned that here. There are also some parts that we will be covering that is not included in this resource, so you should be aware of that. So statistics wasn't included last time I taught this. So all the material from statistics, you won't find any statistics material down here. And matrices and Markov chains were included, but they're not included now. So anything you see in the resources down here relating to matrices or Markov chains, you can ignore. I'll tell you what exactly we're doing pretty soon. But yeah, you'll be able to see your grade. This links you to Jupyter Grades. Asking questions, I want to set up a public forum for you guys to ask questions, and here's where you can access Gradescope to actually take your tests. Just going back to the syllabus. And I have other resources. Tutoring should be available at some point. I don't have information on this yet, but as soon as I do, I will let you know. Pretty sure the business school will have tutoring services for you guys. If any of you know about tutoring services open to all students or business students, you can let me know and I'll inform the class. A lot of useful websites, Wolfram Alpha and Symbolab. I use those all the time on the daily. Your classmates are going to be an important resource, especially after I put you guys into groups. That should be your clique, your hub. You rely on your partners. You work as a team to get things done, as well as how the class is being taught now is according to a uniform curriculum developed by the math department. And there are actually resources that follow that curriculum on Blackboard. They were not created by myself, but they were created by other very capable instructors in the math department. So it would include some pre-recorded lectures. So if you want to get another perspective on things that I talk about in class, you can go and find extra materials there. Of course, if you have a disability that you think would allow you or entitle you to extra time on tests, you should definitely check out the disabilities office. Usual rules here, pay attention, don't go on your cell phone, and engage. Probably more than you're comfortable with. Very important in an online class. Just by engaging with me, you are literally raising your grade by a half a grade point or higher, by literally changing nothing else in your life other than speaking up in class. I kid you not. You can go from B- to a B or a B+, just like that. It's actually scary how effective that is. Usual academic integrity policy. A lot of times I'll give you work and I'll give you based on the honor code. So I'm not going to be proctoring you or watching you do stuff. I'm just going to trust you not to cheat. And last semester, I did have some cheating issues, and I'm gonna know if you cheat, really. So it's not necessary. Don't do it. It causes a headache for everyone involved. So just don't do it. It's not worth it. And like I said, this class is about you trying to become a better person, to go out in the world and change it. Don't do that by cheating. And at some point, and really it's not even necessary, because I mean, it's not likely that anyone is even going to fail this class. I mean, worst case scenario, and it's not even like a huge percentage, worst case scenario, it's a D, right? And which is a passing grade. And you literally have to not show up and not do anything to get an F, like really, right? You show up and you attempt the test, I'm pretty much going to pass you for the most part, right? So unless under extreme circumstances. So don't worry about failing. Don't worry about falling. There is no floor, right? But you're the one who's going to determine your ceiling. So really try to get as much out of this class as possible, and don't cheat yourself on that. It's not worth it in the end. Okay. So in terms of what we will cover, here are the topics. So there are 18 main topics, and I've listed the sections in the text. And I believe the homework might also list the sections, so you'll know what goes with what. The dates for the tests are already known. Please note that test 1, I thought would be a good idea to do it on a Sunday, just outside of the week. Just, you have a Sunday, you wake up early, you're productive, you use your Sunday well. You'll probably be studying later in the day for other tests as well. And the last test is on the last day of class, which is Wednesday. Final exam, don't currently know the date or time, but I will let you know. And the project and presentations, that's going to be roughly around April 18th. Like I said, I'm trying to organize this with the business school, so it would also depend on the schedules of the people who I can find to help. But yeah, this is overall what we're going to do. Test 1 covers topics at minimum 1 through 6. If I make it up to topic 9, I'll throw up to topic 9 on test 1. But test 1 is going to be from above here, and test 2 is going to cover everything that test 1 didn't cover. So for the most part, test 2 is about probability and statistics, and test 1 is about linear programming, financial mathematics, and sets and counting principles. Some important dates you should note. I would highly recommend that you check out the full academic calendar here, so you always know what's going on. And I think that's it. I think that's all I wanted to show you or introduce to you. Yeah. So at this point, what I'd like to do is maybe take any questions. Anyone has questions, comments, concerns, anything that was unclear? Now's the time to let me know. Actually, maybe. Anyone? Bueller? Don't be shy. Remember, engaging, it's half the battle, really. Where is this?
Is it okay if we use RStudio outside of Python?
Ask some questions here as well. Don't be afraid to chime in with questions. Okay.
Chris has got a question.
Hello?
I'm actually creating a poll at the moment. Someone had a question in the chat. I'm not hearing you. Is anyone trying to audibly ask a question? Because you'd have to unmute yourself. Can someone actually unmute themselves and just say anything so I know at least it's...
Hello?
Oh yeah, so I actually can't hear you. Hold on. Okay, so something is off with my sound system. I apologize. Oh geez, I hope, try it again. Did someone say something? Try again.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I'm actually not hearing you. Try again.
Hello?
Okay, I hear you. I hear you now, but I don't. Okay, try again.
Hello?
Okay, now I hear you. Great. Oh wow. Was anyone talking while I was talking that whole time? Really? Oh, I didn't know. I thought you guys were just quiet. Wow, my somehow my headphones wasn't connected to Zoom. Well, that's horrible. Okay. Okay, sorry about that. Any questions? Let's see. Is it okay to use RCO outside of Python? Yes. Python is more versatile. RStudio is a very popular programming language, but its main focus is data science. So there are a lot of people who, if probability, statistics, regression analysis is their main focus, RStudio would be the go-to thing. Python can do all that, but it can do more. So Python would be of more general interest, but someone in finance or data science, it's possible for them to use R almost exclusively. So either one you feel like you would prefer, I am okay with. I have a slight preference towards Python because of syntax and things like that. Just how Python works is very friendly. R is a lot more finicky. Like if you're not careful, the smallest mistake can cause a lot of trouble. In Python, you can give a command, you can give it in different orders. You can it's crazy how it's much closer to human language. Alexandra?
Yeah, I was just wondering if you could explain like how to download Python again.
Probably not now, but I will maybe link you guys to a video that will show you. Did I link you to a video? I think I just linked you to a website that had text describing it, but I'm pretty sure on YouTube you can actually find a video of someone showing you their screen as they're going through it. I recommend, going through Anaconda, going to python.org and downloading it, and then go through Anaconda, install Python, and from Anaconda you'll be able to install RStudio. I'll send you guys more resources on that, but in the time we have left, it'll be too much to actually do. So maybe reach out to me in an email about that. Other questions? And you don't have to raise your hand, just go.
I have a question about the textbook.
Yes.
Like we have to buy the textbook so that we could do the homework and the reading?
You have to purchase the online homework platform, and the link to that is in the syllabus.
Okay.
Yeah, so you don't need a physical text, but your homework is online, and you're gonna have to pay for that.
So is it two separate things, or like they both come together?
You'll get the textbook automatically.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like a month ago, I tried doing Python like on my own through code.
Yeah.
Could I just use that for the course?
Sure. You installed it on your computer?
Or yeah, I have like, yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, you already went through it, so I'm totally fine with it.
Okay.
So you can use Python on your computer, or you can do it on Google Colabs. I don't care. I do think it's beneficial for everyone to have the experience of installing a programming environment on their computer. Ironically, to install an environment in order to program requires a lot of programming. There are a lot of things you'd have to set up in the command line, and you'd have to go and hack into stuff. It's very interesting. I think it's actually a worthwhile exercise. Other questions?
Professor, could you also send a student to video to explain how to install RStudio?
RStudio?
Yes.
Yeah, for sure. And in fact, once you install Anaconda and Python, RStudio is actually pretty easy. I could even show you that myself once everyone has it up and running. What else did I want to ask? One, two, three, four questions. Maybe Blackboard. Maybe that. Let's try this. Okay, so I launched a poll. You should be able to select multiple options. At least that's the hope. So I just want to check to make sure, did everyone receive an email from me, my personal email? Did you receive an email from Jupyter? Did you receive an email from Gradescope? Did you actually manage to download, I should have probably said download and install Python. Did you actually go through any of the Python programming tutorials that I linked to? Maybe at least half of them. And did you receive anything from Blackboard? So I just want to have an idea of how many people received each line of communication. So we still have about 30% of people to respond. I believe the Jupyter email was sent this morning. So if you haven't seen it, maybe you can pull up your email right now. If you haven't checked your email since this morning, to make sure that you got the Jupyter, you can double check. Okay, so we have 100% of people have responded. Okay, awesome. So 100% of you received emails directly from me. Good. It seems like one person is missing a Jupyter email. whoever that is, it's anonymous, so I don't know. Shoot me an email and tell me that you're missing that. 2 people didn't get an email from Gradescope, so for those 2 people, shoot me an email, tell me you didn't. Downloading Python, 85% have done that. Pretty good. Congratulations, I'm very proud of you. And about 54% of people actually did go through some sort of tutorial. So very nice, very nice. It's actually a little more than I expected, believe it or not. So awesome, kudos. Did you receive a message from Blackboard? So 3 people did not. That's very strange. Maybe if you, when I posted the announcement on Blackboard, I selected for it to send you an email blast. I suppose if you registered for the class after that blast was sent out, maybe the blast wasn't sent out. But in that case, what I would recommend is that try to log into your Blackboard and see, do you see an announcement, a posted announcement from me? If you see that announcement, I think we're okay. And if you don't see that announcement, then you should email me and let me know. Okay, so it's long distance. Staying in Communicado is going to be very important. So I need to make sure that everyone can get connections to me through all possible resources. For the most part, I'll probably be emailing you from either my direct link or Jupyter. You'll receive Gradescope emails whenever you have a test, and I grade it on Gradescope. But yeah. Okay, any other questions, concerns? Oh, I didn't share the results. Now you guys can see the polling results, I think. Okay. We good? We okay? We feeling good? We feeling this is doable? It is doable. Don't worry. Some things might have sounded intimidating, but I'm here to help you, and you can help each other, and we will make it through this unscathed. Just keep trying. Don't give up. And I guess that's all she wrote for today. I'll see you guys tomorrow morning, and we'll actually get started. So tomorrow morning, and the topics are arranged in terms of the order in which we'll talk about things. So yeah, we'll start this tomorrow. I forgot how to write. Start tomorrow. Okay. With that said, I guess we can sign off. I'm gonna try to get back in costume for the other class now. So I'll see you guys. Have any issues, shoot me an email, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Ciao.